Good evening, BU. Welcome to Thursday Night Book Club. We are going over chapter 12 tonight, and I'm kind of filling in for Kelly G tonight. She was supposed to take the lead tonight and is not feeling well and is losing her voice. So
she's still on here. What a rock star.
So dedicated. Look at that. And looking beautiful, of course.
You don't look sick. Are you lying?
So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm just going to kind of fill in and get this thing going for her. And if she wants to, she can chime in, but we might not be able to hear her. So, anyways, chapter 12. This chapter was short and sweet and pretty much to the point, right, guys? Business etiquette is really what this chapter is about, the do's and don'ts. And, she starts right off on page 161 with the golden rule. And I'm pretty sure we've all heard that and all know what that is, right? And I love what she says. This is not only a great way to live, it should be the guiding principle for your business. So we need to be living this and duplicating this. She says on the bottom of 161, duplicate kindness, generosity, professionalism, and ethical action. So I just, I liked what she had to say. I agreed with all of it. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys think. So feel free to unmute yourself because it looks like you might be all muted. Christy's not. But any thoughts?
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the golden rule, if you put yourself in your shoes, like sometimes I just have to remind myself, if I've got a few people that are like, yes, I'm signing up. Yes, I'm signing up. I don't hear from them. And then I call and check in. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's busy. It's very easy to get kind of like, what's going on? Is she really busy, or is she kind of dragging her feet, or sometimes it's easy to have those thoughts kind of come in, and you have to just remind sometimes we really don't have any idea what's going on in people's lives, and things come up last minute, and we've all been there. We said, yes, I'm doing it, and then, oh shoot, I have to go and do this, or my priorities have shifted, and you just have to just take everything with a grain of salt and be positive. And I think just let them know, hey, you know what? It's okay. And do what you need to do. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, but still be present and knowing that, hey, I'm still here. I understand. It's okay.
Right. Even though you're
that's
frustrated,
how I like to be treated.
Right?
I don't
you're
like to be pushed.
Impatient, right? It's good to maintain that, level-headed, kind response. Kids. No, I agree, Christy. I was having a conversation with a gentleman a few days ago, and just trying to, which I shouldn't convince. I shouldn't try to convince, but I felt like I was at that point. And he came back and said, you need to be careful, with what you recommend. You don't know, and all this stuff. And I know what I wanted to say back, but I refrained, and replied very kindly. And I don't know how I responded. Just, I wish you the best of luck. And, those kind of responses can determine whether or not these people do come back to you. If you reply, with an impatient or snotty remark,
get defensive.
You think they're gonna come back? When they do decide they need our products. So maintaining that integrity and those the kind, soft replies and answers are so important.
That's very, very true. And I have a gal. This is one I'm waiting very patiently on. But she had just yesterday, right as I'm going into work, she had sent a text. She's like, "Yes, I'm doing this. This has been an ongoing thing for about a month now." And she was like, "Okay, I'm going to do this." Didn't sign up. And then all of a sudden, I had sent her some information about the new incentives and things coming up this month. And all of a sudden, she was like, she sounded scared, like, "I'm really nervous. I'm really hesitant on putting anything in my body." And cancer stuff in her family. She goes, I don't want to wait, 10, 15 years down the road and have these ingredients cause cancer. They find out later. I
Oh,
just stepped back. I was like, "Hey, look, so-and-so." I'm like, "I do not want to try to convince you to do this. I want you to come into this confidently.
yeah.
And I want you to be assured that this is okay for you." I don't know if that was the right thing to say, but that's what I would want to hear. And
Yeah.
I just said, "But do know that I trust Plexus 100%. There's several, she's a nurse too. There's several medical professionals that back this and
Mhm.
use it and, represent." I said, and then she responds right away, "I love you, KD. Okay, let's get signed up." So she still has to sign up. But anyway, she's there. She's got 3 kids and she's a busy mom, and
Yeah.
it's okay. We'll get there. She will come up on board. My plan is to get her signed up by tomorrow, though.
Yes, yes. No,
Anyway.
that was a good reply. That was a very good reply because, like the earlier chapter said, we don't want to ever try and convince people. Like you said, we want them to come
Yeah, but they're not gonna stay on anyway.
confidently, right?
Yeah.
And like Sal said, they're not going to stay on it then. If they're not coming ready to,
Yep.
hit it hard and be
Give it a
committed,
shot. Mhm.
then yeah, they're not gonna stick with it anyways. So that's for sure. I agree. What else stuck out to you guys?
I thought, oh, go ahead. Kelly, go ahead. Go
Oh.
ahead.
You
Let the
sound like a
manly
baby
voice
over
talk,
there,
please.
Cal.
I got some bass. Anyway, on 162, I liked when you bump into others. This actually happened to me. One lady I used to work with, I heard about Plexus from her, really, but she was somebody who does like Premiere and then Tupperware, and then like she's done like 100,000 different ones. So I was like, nah, I don't want to stick with her, right? But anyways, long story short, one of our coworkers approached me too, and I knew for a fact that my friend Megan had talked to her, and it was so hard because I'm kind of at a standstill, and I'm just like, but I know it was the right thing to do. But I like her story that she talked about, like when you run into people and they want to talk, have work with you, even though that they have talked to other people. I think it is wise, especially with like Sue and Sal, like if somebody approaches, if there's just a way that you can be like, have you heard of it before? Have you been talking to, somebody else? Just considering with the village. Yeah. The village we grew up in. So it's like you do want to try to ask the right questions and kind of put yourself out of the equation. That's what I'm trying to do better now, instead of like, oh yeah, like somebody else. Like try to take yourself out of the situation and then just try to ask the right questions and just have the right intent, in the whole situation. Otherwise, I think it will bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
I've had several people when I've contacted them and they said, "Oh, I'm already using it, but I have some questions," and so they'll ask me different things about the products or how they're taking them or their health concern in relation to the products that they're taking. And I'm able to give them some advice based on what I've learned so far. And I think they really appreciate that. And, they act like, oh, she's doing this for me. She's honestly not doing this for a sale. She's giving me this free advice because she genuinely cares. And that will come back around because other people will talk to them and they'll see how we do things on our team. And I think that's the real kicker, is how our team works and what we focus on stands above the rest. And so people that are even already on their teams will see that and spread the word. And I even have it with my mother-in-law. She takes products, but she's under my sister-in-law who's in Illinois. And there's the way they do things, they just basically send the people on their way with the products. And so my mother-in-law comes to me and says, well, so am I doing this right? What do I got to change? What do I got to do differently, you know? So, I mean, kudos to our team for how we take care of our people, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Very true. I
I've
love
done that with other people. Yeah. I've helped other ambassadors that aren't on our team, you know, that they'll friend me or start chatting and they'll ask me questions. You know. But I had something happen just today, actually. I became friends with one of my ambassadors' friends on Facebook, and we got chatting, and she does a business as well, and I was talking to her about Plexus, and she said, well, I've tried it, but she's not using it. And I said, well, who do you know that, you know, does it? Well, it happens to be one of my downline that she got the sample from. But she said she never followed up with me and gave me any information. So I sent her some information, and we've been chatting, and I just found out today that my downline actually talked to her finally, and that she was, you know, concerned, you know. So I went in and I to the girl and I said, because she was kind of wishy-washy with me about joining, and I said, if your concern is because of my downline and, you know, and you feel like you need to go with her because you know her, please do. That's more than, you know, don't feel like you're obligated to me because we both contacted you know. So she came back and she said, thank you so much, you know, just like that relief. I wasn't going to step on her toes, you know, or anything. And, you know, have that. And hopefully I'll be in her chat eventually anyway.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's the right thing to do. Steer them back. If you find out there has been talking to somebody else, steer them back, because that's what you want someone to do for you, right? And that's the golden rule again. So,
right.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, her story too was pretty powerful, right? And how, you know, kind of we just need to listen to our gut a little bit. You have those gut feelings, you know, and just be aware of that and be conscious of that. And just how it ruined, you know, damaged friendships, you know, and because she didn't listen to her gut or ask more questions. So I think that's definitely it. Yeah, it kind of opened up my eyes a little bit. I don't necessarily do a lot of that, I guess. So I need to be more aware of that for sure.
Something happened about 6 months ago. I had a friend who's not involved with Plexus refer a coworker to me because her coworker said, hey, have you heard about this Plexus stuff? I'm kind of interested. And she said, I know a friend of mine's involved. I don't really know much about it. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, the mutual friend knows some people in my downline. And they said, oh, well, I recognized the girl's last name that my friend had referred to me. And it ended up being, she's a cousin of two of a level 1 and a level 2. And so I contacted her and said, I just, you know, I'm happy to help you, but your 2 cousins are also, if you're more comfortable with them. And it was kind of awkward because she said, I know they both do Plexus. I don't want my family to know my health concerns.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't want to go through them. And then I felt, okay, now what do I do? Because I asked Penny, she's a cousin of Penny's, and I said to her, hey, do you know this girl, before I contacted her? And she's like, yeah, that's a cousin of mine. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I contacted her, and she said, I said to Penny, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't want to step on your toes. I don't want to cause any family drama. And she said, no, she's a really private person, and I get that. I understand that. And I'd rather see her on the products with you than not sign up because she doesn't want to have family know. So,
Yeah.
but my takeaway was to just be upfront. If I hadn't said anything, I would have always felt strained and
that's
like
the
I was
right steps
deceitful.
to take. Exactly. Yeah, it is. Yep. Ask those questions and be proactive in that. And for sure. And there are going to be exceptions, there are. And it truly is that person's choice, right? It comes down to it is their choice. So, you can defer back as much as you want or can, but they if they're adamant they want to sign up with you, I don't know, that's every situation's different, but that can be tough.
That's like part of my story, like
Yeah.
I always think about that and I'm like, oh, that's part of my story. What if I had gone with the first person that told me about plexus? Oh heavens, none of us we'll talk about that. We won't talk about
We don't like to go there.
I know.
But
I don't know.
I mean, if I would have went with Megan, my friend, I mean, she don't do it anymore. I mean, I'd just be an orphan.
Yeah. Another situation that I had yesterday, I messaged somebody that I had talked to when I was still doing Weight Watchers. She was a member, and I gave her all the information. She was in a 3-way chat. And then I messaged her yesterday just to see how she was doing. And she said, surprise, surprise, I joined Plexus. And I'm like, oh, with who? Because it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah.
I had the same thing, Pat.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, I gave a lot of time and information into a gal, and she was taking the information to her doctor to make sure it would go okay with her health concerns and everything. And I was just like waiting, holding my breath, because I was like, this gal needs it super, super bad. And she came back, she's like, I was so excited. My doctor said I really need this and this and this ingredients that's in Plexus. And I'm like, oh, great, I'm so excited. She's like, I'm sorry, my good friend Teresa sells it, so I'm going to sign up with her. I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, I'm so glad for you. Yeah. I hope it went well. Exactly. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. Yeah, we have all been there.
Yes,
it's happened to every single one of us.
And it makes you just go back to why we're doing this.
Yeah,
we're doing this to help people, and they're getting help. So that's the main
Absolutely.
thing. So,
but I think it's shocking at first, because I had that happen to me. I was talking to a girl. She lives in our community, and I've been messaging her about Plexus for a while. And she's like finally gonna do it. She's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And we were back and forth. She's like, okay, I'm gonna sign up tomorrow. I'm like, okay, great. The next day, she gets welcomed into our team page by one of Sue's level 1.
Yeah.
And she signed up under her, and I had no clue
idea
that she was talking to her, and that's totally fine. I was just like, oh, but I was so glad. I was so glad she was on the product. So that's our goal. That's our goal.
It's gonna happen.
So
And Chris, I think in your case, the Holy Spirit just led you where you're supposed to go.
Amen.
Oh my word.
Amen.
Yeah, it's the truth. And that's where, and I've had that too. I've had people leave my team, and that's heartbreak. Like, we've had people leave our team for a different team. Even, Plexus doesn't really allow that much, but that's happened. And and so it's just, but like how you said too, Sue, it's like, it's always their choice. You can't make somebody do it. And, if they feel comfortable, that's just, it's okay. You just have to be happy they're on the products. Right. And I've done that too. Like, same thing. I have somebody that from Iowa that's on a completely different team that came to our Sip and See. She's taking products from a different team in Iowa. And I'm the one that's checking in on her because she doesn't feel comfortable going to her sponsor because it's someone she doesn't even know. And I'm like, and she said that to me, like, I feel bad or whatever. I'm like, no, I want you to love Plexus. I don't want you to not get results because she's sick. Like, how else are we going to help people? So that's where the one Plexus play is just like,
yes,
we want people to love. period.
Yeah, it's one
Like,
plexus.
I don't want
You're
anybody
right.
I want people to love it and tell everybody about it.
Yes, for sure.
And, so
I think the last point she makes on 168, I feel very strongly about that. Not making stuff up. I feel Plexus is different. I feel like our company stands above a lot of other ones, and that it's up to us to make sure that stays, the case. And I just think we need to be very careful with what we post, what we copy, what we share. Don't steal other people's testimonies. Don't, whatever, like she says, steal even another company's pictures. You know what I mean? Make it your own, brand yourself, and be really careful with what you post and how you post. We are a company of integrity. When I think of us, I think of integrity, and I just think that can be easily.
Well, when you do stuff like that, it cheapens. It cheapens not only the person's testimony or the real testimony, but it makes Plexus look like it's not legit, like it's not, real, because everybody's sharing the same testimony. So you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So you just, and even, what she said, don't assume that since a colleague posted something that it's true. And we've had that. Yeah. Because through all of these thousands of people that copy paste, they get, a testimony gets messed up, or the wrong picture gets put on somebody else's testimony, or, something like that. So you've got to be more creative and unique with your posts. Don't just copy and paste, because you got to get your 3, 2, 1 out there. I know it takes a little time sometimes to work on a personal post, but it makes you look better. It makes the Plexus look better, and it makes people believe you more, because they want to see from you. They want to know, you're genuine, your truth, your story. So that's really important.
Yeah. And the point where she makes, don't post an implied celebrity endorsement of your products or business. We've had some of that before too. And I think there was one going around, and they specifically asked us to take it down because it was false. And it's like, why do people even go there? You know what I mean? If you don't know for a fact that this is true, stay away from it. I stay away from all that stuff. Because I don't want to come across as false or fake.
You lose all credibility that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It'll bite you in the butt.
Yep. Right. Well, yeah, she even said you could get legal action from those people. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bye, Christy.
There's a reason, Plexus has the compliance, that's to keep us safe. And so let's do our best to abide by that. Any other thoughts on that?
Just that's a hard one for me.
Well, it is. I know. And I understand that, Shell, because you have a full-time job, and I understand that.
It's hard. I think that's the hardest part for me. And for a lot of people, the posting is the easiest part and the messaging is the hardest part. For me, I can just quick whip out my messages, but to put together a real authentic post is tough for me, because it takes just a lot of extra forethought, and I feel like I don't have time in my day to do it. And so if I see a post out there from one of our team members that I like, and I think, okay, a lot of times we'll just take those posts and try and just change it so it sounds like me, but maybe just use the core parts of it. But I don't know if that's good enough or not. I mean, I don't just copy and paste. I try and change things about it.
No, that's good.
I think that's good.
But but a couple tips, like your post today, that must not have taken you very long, and that was really good. The mail, Your mail post?
Oh, yeah. I had to think what my post was today.
Yeah, that was really good. And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is. And then the other thing, Amy Eastway, what she does is when maybe she has her hair done and a cute shirt on or something, she has like a spare hour or half hour during the day. Maybe her kids are napping or maybe it's supper time. I don't know. Anyway, she'll go around the house and she'll snap selfies in different places in her house with her pink drink or her black or her X Factor and keep them in her phone.
Right.
For those posts later when she gets busy, then you see a cool X Factor write up, so you can grab that script and you can put your picture of your X Factor with that post. It's just more personal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
because
that's a time saver.
A lot of times it gets to be 6 o'clock and I haven't showered yet and my pajamas are still on and my hair's in a ponytail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, crap, I can't do a selfie. I can quick take a shower, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's good. Like when you are done up, just take a few snapshots and just keep them for.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I really need to do more of that.
Once every 2 weeks when I do something with myself.
What's that, Cal?
I was just saying I needed to do more of that. I think it was Brandy that said that on another call. And I said it then too. I need to do more of that. And here I am, not doing it yet. Anyway.
Yes, Brandy did that same thing. Yep. Yep. No, just be authentic, guys.
Yeah, and it's kind of thinking outside the box because it's easy to copy and paste, and I get that, you guys. We all do it, and it's fine. I think that's an awesome thing about our company is that we can do that. But I think making it your own in any way you can, just like Kelly said, gives more credibility to you and to Plexus. So
for sure. Yep. Be authentic and not fake. So, all right. Well, does anybody else have anything to add? Brandy, you're so sweet.
Aw, go on. Come on.
Kelly, I love you.
You're sweet, Brandy.
Even when you're sick, you're gorgeous.
My sexy voice.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do a live right now.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you, Sue, for taking over. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Happy to help. So
I did like on page, I'm kind of in the dark, sorry. Gotta find the page number. The last page, 169, when it said, every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Thought, oh, good.
Yes.
There's a lot of mistakes made.
I honestly think if you're not making mistakes, I think if you're not making mistakes, I think you're messing up then,
Yeah.
Kind of. That's the way I look at it, because I don't know.
I agree.
That's how you learn.
Yep. That's right.
We have all done that for sure.
As long as you grow from it,
Yeah.
Fail forward.
Yes.
That's right.
I even admitted it today on my video I did that live today. I don't know if many of you seen it, but just admitting that, I make mistakes and just bumbled over my words because I was nervous doing the live. They see that I'm real then that way.
That's right.
Yeah. That's important. Yep. I think there's any questions in there. Okay. All right, ladies, if that's all that you had, we'll wrap this up. Anybody else have anything stuck out?
That's it. I love this book.
Yeah, it is.
It is good.
I don't like
I
language.
think it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
She's got good points for sure.
Yep. It's just so relatable.
Yep.
Everything.
It is.
And I think we're doing a lot of stuff right, according to what she writes in here. I think that we are on the right track with a lot that we do in our business. So yeah, but I'm still learning stuff too. So
only 4 more weeks. Looks like 4 more chapters to go.
13 tomorrow or next week, right?
I don't necessarily like the last chapter name, but
I know.
I know. Why should I use the F-bomb?
I know. That's the only thing. If she would not swear.
I know. I don't care. Don't care for that at all. But
yeah,
it doesn't make it any more effective. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she's probably losing money because she does that.
You know what I wondered about today? That reminded me, you guys. I'm sorry, I just got really excited. Did this chapter, when she was talking about the lady, don't you wonder if the lady read the book and she's talking nasty about her?
Yeah.
Did you guys think that?
That lady that ended up.
No, I didn't.
Being a squirrel or whatever she called her.
The same team.
I'm just like, what if she's reading this book?
I honestly don't think she would.
She don't care.
No. She's the type of person that wouldn't give a rip.
Oh my word. I just was like,
She swears at her kids. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And yes, we do constant fun of our kids. Well,
grief. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point. So
whatever. I like her book. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's keep it positive.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, ladies. Thanks for hopping on tonight. Kelly, we will pray that you feel better.
Thank you.
Yep.
No kissing.
Thank you.
Rich already had it. He was
Rich gave it to you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Put some ease cream on your throat.
Yes. That's a good idea.
It helps.
Just ridiculous. I like to talk and
Oh, girl. I'm proud of you for getting on. Aw.
Thank you.
All right, ladies.
Bye, ladies. Good
Have
to
a
see
good
you all.
night.
Night.
Good night.